I'm not really sure what I'm doing anymore. I need to make sure the grain pipe's in, the bottom bit thing on it is in, and the wee rubber top is on the top. So let's dough in. Can't really remember what I normally talk about when I'm doughing in and mashing in. Usually a lot of nonsense probably. I suppose I can tell you about the grain bill. Very simple, 250 grams of wheat. I'm just using crisp wheat from Brewing, and 4.5 kilos of Pilsner malt. Again, I think it's just crisp Pilsner malt from Brewing. I haven't brewed in a while, so it's not just that I haven't been making videos, I haven't brewed, so there's been nothing to make videos with. No real reason. I've had, well, one reason would be that I've had 4 kegs on the kegger keezer behind me. So I've had no space for extras, so I don't really like bottling very much anymore. So I've had that. I went to bottle some beers off the kegs a couple of days ago. Where are we now? We're over the weekend there. I tried to do it, and 3 of the 4 kegs kicked in the middle of bottling. So that was one reason why I decided to brew today. So yeah, what was I saying? Sarah Pantry, Daft Brewery. Yeah, so she challenges people in the BrewTube Facebook place, BrewTube official, to get a brew done and get the video out by the end of May. So I decided I had a bit of spare time this week and I would do it. I didn't get around to doing it last year. I felt very left out. So I think I got my first, or not my first, I got my beer out sort of towards the middle of June. So it was a wee bit off. So I looked at what grains and stuff I had. I didn't really have any recipe in mind, and I didn't really have anything in mind what I was going to brew. And then I noticed in my brew father I had saved the recipe from somebody else, and I had, whilst I didn't have the exact same grains, I had similar grains, so I basically stole someone else's recipe. Which is one of the good things about the homebrew community. Most people share their recipes. Most people share their recipes, and you can't be sued for public. Yeah, so if someone has a belter recipe, they generally share it with people in their community. If you look at, for example, Dudes Brews, who has won national awards for some of his beers, and as soon as he wins those awards, he's found the recipes out online on his own YouTube channel and on Brewfather. So I got this recipe from Big Banana and changed it somewhat. So this is basically his Nelson Loves Mosaic, I think it is, Cascade, something like that. Well, no one will get to the hop bit. So I've mashed in, the grains are in, I've given it a good stir. I'm going to lift this so I can lift the overflow pipe, put the other wee bit on, and it's going to mash for an hour now. Yeah. So that noise that you can hear is the mash out complete. We're draining from the grain basket into the kettle. An hour mash, 10-minute mash out at 75, I think it was. So it looks like it's going to be quite a slow drain on this, so I'm not going to put the temperature up too high, put it up to about 95 or so, and then take it from a boil from there once we have sufficient drainage across the grain bed here. We'll top up with 5.5 litres. We're doing a low sparge brew today. I sometimes think if I'm doing a low sparge, if I have to top up, brew father tells me I have to top up. Why not just do a sparge, I guess? But I can't find another kettle to heat the water. Is one reason. So we've just had hot break. We're on a boil. So 5 grams of Nelson solvent. So we're 10 minutes out from the end of the boil, and we're adding 13 grams of 13 grams of Nelson solvent and 13 grams of Cascade. I'm a disaster today. At this time we're also going to add in a quarter flagon tablet. .75 degrees, hop stand, 32 grams Nelson, 32 grams Cascade. So we've had a last minute change of direction with this beer. Originally I was just going to brew it with US-05. I don't think I really explained what I was doing at the start of the video. So I was originally going to do it with US-05. When I went into the fridge I discovered I have Saflager W3470, W40. So last minute change, I'm going to use this because it is a lager style beer, and I do know this is quite quick to ferment with. It says here dosage 11.5 grams for 10 to 15 litres. You see packs 10.5 grams, so I'm going to overpitch slightly. In an ideal world it would have been a starter, where I wouldn't have to use one packet, but it's not an ideal world, so I'm just going to overpitch with 2 packets of yeast. I'm going to change the fermenter chamber to 15 degrees, and I'm going to hold it like that for a week and see where we are. And here we have it, hot off the press, literally kegged today and fired through the fizzy beer machine so I can get the video out in time for the May Homebrew Grain to Glass video challenge. So here we have it, the Pilsner. That's not really a Pilsner, that's a lager. That's not really a lager. Obviously it's not being lagered. I'm sure there's somebody sitting at home going, I know that recipe, because it's very clearly a rip-off of it's a rip-off of my mate's recipe he's done a few times. It was a user upper for me, just trying to get rid of some of the old hops that I've had lying in the freezer for a bit, and trying to get through some Pilsner grain that I've got. So this is it, as I say, literally kegged today, so no clarity at all, quite opaque, but what a lovely colour, nice pale straw colour there, a nice wee white is the only way to describe it, head, very tight at the top, it's like marshmallow almost. Obviously it's dissipated off while I've been waiting for the video to sort of set up, etc. On the nose, straight in, nice sort of tropical with pineapple. It's a nice fresh, well obviously it's fresh, it was kegged today, but it's a nice fresh nose to it. Pineapple, soft fruit, green fruit. Yeah, it's really, really inviting. So it's inviting me in. It would be rude not to, hey? Right. Ooh. Right. So it's a nice thin bodied beer. It's nice and light. It's yeah, it's thin, it's light, it's refreshing. It doesn't really dry out too much towards the end. It's a little bit sweet, but it is a cracker. Flavor wise, then what are we getting? The first thing I'm getting is the gooseberry, which I always get from Nelson Southern. I was actually talking to someone regarding this recipe there during the week while I was waiting on the kegging day coming, and they were like, "You don't really like Nelson Southern, why did you make that?" I'm not going to say I don't like it. I just find sometimes it can be a little bit overpowering, and the gooseberry just comes too much to the fore. In this recipe though, it's quite well balanced, and the Cascade comes in with some balance and tropical notes. But it's an absolutely fantastic beer. I can't remember whether Big Banana actually sent me his version of this or not whenever he was making it. He sends me quite a lot of beer. Cheers. He sends me quite a lot of beer, so you kind of lose track of it a bit, but this is an absolutely brilliant beer. The last couple of beers I've made have been sort of what I would call sports lager, so there's no real taste to them. Just something that you can drink without really thinking too much about it. This, on the other hand, is completely different. I mean, you can drink this without thinking about it as well, but it's a completely different ballpark. It's flavoursome, it's refreshing, it's light. When it clears out, this is going to be an absolute belter of a beer. Brewfather. So yeah, the original gravity 1047, final gravity 10.08. You carry the one, take away to the power of whatever, it's 5.1%. So it's quite drinkable as well, quite sessionable at 5%, 5.1%. So yeah, all in all, a fantastic beer, and it's good to get back in the saddle. So shout out to Sarah Pantry of Daft Brewing, who challenges us every year in May whenever people take a wee bit of a dip in their video output to put one out between the start of May and the end of May. So this is my effort. It is a Nelson Loves Cascade, inspired by my countrymen, inspired by Big Banana Brewing. Had to swap out a few of the grains because it didn't have the specialty malt, but all in all, a great beer, and I'm looking forward to it clearing out. Cheers.